just found out that my husband of 10 years is having an affair. What do I do? Here's the more detailed question. What do you think it takes for a man to heal from being the type of man that cheats to being the type of man that doesn't cheat? He says he'll do whatever it takes, but I'm not sure he's ready to face his childhood traumas. So this individual, this woman, already has an idea that what he's doing, his actions now and his behaviors now have been affected by his past. Now, I don't want to assume, I don't know, that's all the information I've got. I don't want to assume what his childhood traumas are. Could be sexual abuse, could be physical abuse, it could be witnessing his father or his mother cheat on one or the other. It could be both of them being cheaters. It could be an early childhood separation or divorce that caused uncertainty. It could be exposure to over-sexualization at a young age, exposure to pornography, masturbation, sex prematurely before he was too young. It could be sex addiction, sex compulsion. It could be a number of reasons. But this woman has hit the nail on the head in terms of if he's not ready and willing and able to look at his childhood traumas, how can they heal? It feels to me and it sounds like she's really willing. Like she's just found out and she wants him to shift. She wants him to change. She wants to be able to have a different relationship with him and have a different relationship full stop. And that's going to take both of them looking at their stuff. How do they enable each other? And the caveat on that is she's not responsible in any capacity for him making choices that are unhealthy to the flourishing of the relationship. That's his choice to cheat. Irrespective of what it's a response to, he may come and say, hey, there's no sex at home, there's no intimacy at home, my needs aren't being met, whatever they may be, and there could be a list of needs, so therefore I sought outside intimacy. I sought my needs being met outside the relationship. And there was dishonesty there. It was in the shadows, it was in hiding. So what's he hiding from? Ultimately, when we're cheating, and if we're repetitive cheaters or serial cheaters, and I can definitely speak from my own life experience, is that we're coming from a wounded place. We're looking for that high. We're looking for the next thing that fills us up, that distracts us from the pain that we are avoiding. And peak experiences are one of those things. Peak experiences such as orgasm, such as the thrill of being with someone new, being in novelty, physically, psychologically, emotionally, the chase, the pursuit, the engagement, the what do I do now, the after, like all of that. And all it is a distraction. And if we're not honest enough and we don't carry enough self-worth and dignity and respect and reverence for the other person to really sit with ourselves and say, hey, I need to make some changes here. I need to respect this space, this sanctity of this relationship. Or if you're not in that place, then who are you being and what are you running from? Because ultimately, if we don't go deeper, if we don't heal those original wounds, we become stuck in this pattern of misbehavior, this pattern of lashing out in the world. And it's painful. It is so painful for everyone. Now, his response is, I'll do whatever it takes. But will you do whatever it takes? Will he do whatever it takes? Time will tell. Infidelity is tough, but what's even tougher is mistrust, is the breaking of trust. What's even tougher is presenting a particular way in the world, showing the world, hey, this is who I am, and then being someone completely different, wearing those masks, pretending, lying. That's the difficulty, because then we are in a position of, well, can I trust this person with anything? Is everything they say a lie? Then the stories come into play. And so one of the ways that this man can really show up is be consistent, be super honest, own his shit. I'm not saying to go into details of his affairs because I actually don't think that's healthy. When I was in therapy and in counseling and in coaching and in energetic healing work and all of that, all of my coaches, my therapists, my support team, they never recommended. In fact, they strongly recommended I do not share details with my partner when we were trying to repair, because those details become stories that compound. They become like a big snowball rolling down the mountain hill, picking up debris and shit and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not a healthy thing to do. But can you be honest with and take ownership and responsibility for what you've done, who you've been, how you've been? Are you willing to go to the core of it? There's an analogy that my wife often gives. And you've got a thin gold chain, and the thin gold chain is all knotted, and you're there for 10, 20, 30 minutes attempting to undo these knots. And then you get to that one knot, that core knot. And all of a sudden you undo that core knot, and all the other smaller knots just easily come undone, and the chain opens up. I love that, and I'll tell you why. Because when we get to the core of our wounds, the core of our pain, the core of our difficulty, all the other experiences, all the other pains, the fears, they begin to unravel and become undone in an easier way. That's helpful. Often, for so many of us, that's getting to the core of our stuff. That's developmental, childhood trauma, pains that we experience, ways that we saw the world. I mentioned a few reasons as to why this man may be cheating. Why he may be hiding in the shadows, hiding from himself, avoiding his pain, whatever that may be. And one of them was the over-sexualization at an immature age, an age that body couldn't handle it. So many men lack rites of passage. They lack opportunities to be healthy men, to move from boyhood to manhood. And when it is done, it's often done in an erratic, sporadic, volatile, unstructured way. And that energy sets the precedent for how they behave in all of their life. Unstructured, volatile, erratic, do what they want, selfish, self-absorbed, confused. We have immature men pretending to be men, but they're boys. They're still stuck in that boyhood energy. I was that man for so long. I was that man for so long. I work with men like that all the time, day in, day out. Real fucking talk. And these men want to be initiated into being men. They want to carry a deeper maturity. Hey, if you want to have sex with multiple people, that's your prerogative. Can you be honest about it? Can you own it? Can you own yourself and what your needs are? But in order to do that, you've got to be in self-worth. You've got to feel worthy. You've got to feel empowered. You've got to feel enough. You've got to be able to move through your fear of rejection and humiliation. And in order to do that, you have to back yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, love yourself, love your fucking self. Know yourself, feel yourself in the world, believe in yourself, trust yourself. In order to do that, you need healthy people to mirror back to you what that means. Healthy men to see you, to witness you, to hold you in that, to believe in you. We need initiated men initiating men. We need healthy men taking other healthy men through rites of passage, helping them be healthy men. Being exposed to pornography, being exposed to violence, not feeling safe in our bodies, we act out. Now that's not an excuse for behaving in irresponsible, irrational ways, for behaving in ways that deliberately hurt other people. These are reasons. And to get to the core of our pain, to untangle all the other knots, all the other pains, all the other reasons why we do the shit that we do that hurt other people and hurt us, we have to own this stuff. We just have to own it. We just got to sit in it and be in it. And obviously not for too long, because that can become self-deprecating, that can become self-harming. But to do that with support. And so as a woman, what can you do? You've got to take ownership of your needs. What are your needs? What are your requests? What are your non-negotiables in this relationship now? How can you nurture yourself? What do you need from your partner? If you want to be with him and you choose to be with him, what do you need from him? And can you meet him with non-judgment and compassion in this time? Does that mean you can't get angry? You can get angry. You can have all the feelings. He may not be able to hold that. You may not be able to hold that. And you may not want him to hold that. You may need your own support system. But can you keep meeting him if you want to be with him, if you see there's a way through this, even a slight way through, is to remember to heal something within you as well, to help you grow. And if you think staying together is going to help you grow and break through that thing that is been stuck in you for so long, then can you meet him with compassion and non-judgment, and yourself with that as well? But if you feel, wow, I've been cheated on so many times before, I'm done now, I'm done, and I'm taking a stand, and that's maybe your healing. And whatever you choose, can you meet yourself and the situation with compassion, not judgment? Because I know that's going to be deeply helpful and move you out of helpless, hopeless, and out of victim and into deeper sense of empowerment. Power and blessings to you. So much love to all of you who are experiencing something like this, irrespective of what side of the fence you're on. It is difficult and it is challenging, and it is an opportunity. Can you meet it, yourself, and the other with a deep sense of love?